Hello and welcome along. Today we're back on a lone oak farm. It's day 7. It's the first day of summer. And we are going to go and jump in our sprayer. This is because all of our crops actually need some, well, I think if I look at it, it's, where are we? There we go. So looking at our crops, we basically have 45 will need spraying, but not right now because 30, 35 and 44 all need doing, which is quite good. So we've got quite a lot to get done today. We will see how many fields we get through. We're going to start with field 34 and see if we can can't improve the status of our soybeans. So we go around the edge first and spray the edges, and then go round after that and spray the middle part of the field. It's we're not going to have an awful lot to do in summer, I don't think, beyond pretty much what we've done in recent episodes. So we're going to have to look after the animals. We're going to have to spray the crops, but we're in a pretty good place. Because we've only got 2 crop fields in this series, we're actually finding we're not got a huge amount of work to do every season. We got, you know, once we've sprayed this crop and got it up to full whack, we'll actually be in a pretty good position in so far as the insofar as having to do work on it and get stuff done. It's yeah, 6 days to work on stuff, and actually we're going to be finished probably with the crop stuff by about day 3, I think. We've got to get this to germinate. I think I might try and pick up a weeder. We've got 69,000 at the moment, and I'm thinking a weeder might be a great piece of kit to get, just to give us a little bit of variation. There's a pretty big weeder available. So I might go grab that. We might, if we get this done fairly quickly, we might head over to the shop, see if we can grab a weeder, and then next time we can get weeding the well, either weed this or weed the wheat, because the wheat field actually is in a position where we could weed it right now. But yeah, I think just for a little bit of variation, maybe we'll get a weeder out and get doing it that way. The alternative, of course, at this stage would be to do solid fertilizer. I'm not sure we have a solid fertilizer spreader. We might have. Yeah, that's maybe one of those things I should have checked before I started spraying. It would have worked. It would have worked quite interesting. To be perfectly honest, doesn't matter. We're all good. Right, and we want to go around. Make sure we get right up to the corner. Yeah, all good. Got a little bit of overlap on the road, so just pulling myself back a bit. It's a little bit misleading where that is. I always found that depth perception in the game is a little bit of a tricky thing. I mean, right now, that looks like it's well over the road, and it's not actually that far. It's only, what, a couple of bits, so, yeah. It's not too bad. It's interesting that it's not a huge... We might do that. That's a bit of a different look. Turn that back off. So our soybeans are 2nd stage fertilisation after this, I think. Our grass is all 1st stage fertilisation because we have just cut it. So I want to find... I might do some solid fertilising on that actually. So because that, again, that would probably, I think, be a great way to go with that. So we'll we might solid fertilizer on the grass, next time, I think. This time, I think what we're going to end up doing is probably just doing this field and getting this done. As always, the cows are coming along well. We've got they're nice and healthy. They do need a good they're actually saying they're at 28% health at the moment. So I'm guessing that is because either they need cleaning or or there's a shortage of specific food. We don't have any mixed ration for them at the moment. We could go get some cow food, but having 100 cows, that would be an awful lot of cow food to go and have to buy. So I'm trying to avoid that at the moment. Right, we're going to start going up and down. Now I've decided today I'm not going to use the GPS. We've got fairly good lines to keep us going. And I want to make sure that, yeah, see if I can do this by eyeballing it a bit. GPS, of course, would be the more natural thing to, the thing that you would probably actually do. Especially on a farm of this size. But, yeah, I want to try and see if I can do this and keep this straight just by following my line. Should be able to do that. No reason why not. When you're in the field like this, when you've only got the cultivation lines, or not the cultivation, seeding lines, it actually makes it a bit easier to do this. Now that we've actually got the soybeans planted at the right time of year, we'll be pretty good. We're pretty well set. Okay. That's the thing about farm sim. Farm sim is a lot of, there's a fair amount of repetition. And if you repeat things well enough, you know, then you're going to succeed in it. So this is the thing with the 3-stage fertilization. Is, you know, we're trying to make sure that we keep this repetition nice and regular, and keep a little bit of variety in doing it, which sounds a bit odd. That, you know, I'm trying to repeat things but keep it changing. Yeah. A little bit off track there. Should be okay. Trying to find on the ground there's a darker line or two, or a little bit of variation, and then just follow that variation. Keep that in the middle of my windscreen wiper. Yeah, we did start a little bit late last time. Which one so I've got two slightly darker lines this time. So keeping them in the windscreen wiper and just trying to keep that so that it flows quite nicely. And it is going down really well. As you can see, that is going down really well. Very happy with that. Get a good lay from that. Perfect. Now there is a mod out there that you can use to do so it turns nozzle off if you overlap at all, which is quite good. I think it's the spray add-on mod. I really need to go and try that out. I think that would be a fantastic mod to give a try. for realism's sake. Yeah, what it does is when you overlap, it will turn nozzles off, and so you'll only get. So if you have a very thin strip that still needs doing, it will then only spray that thin strip. It won't overlap with any of the previous rows, which I think is a fantastic thing. From what I've seen, it needs a little bit of setup though, and I've not really gone in and had time to do that at the moment. But I think at some point I will, because I think it would make a big difference to the look of everything. Now what I'm trying to do on the headlands is I can still see the tram lines from when I was spraying a minute ago, so I'm trying to stick to those as well, as you would do in real life, as you would do to keep it realistic. Obviously, because I have, despite having crop destruction on, because I have thin tyres on, or crop care tyres on, it's actually meaning that I wouldn't be destroying any crops at the moment, and therefore I'm not creating tram lines in game. This is one thing I hope they fix for crop destruction come FS19. I would really like crop destruction with crop care tyres to do some crop destruction, just it be thinner, just it be you know, proper tram lines. The tram lines at the moment in FS17 are too wide. It's a lovely idea. I really love crop destruction because it does, you know, you can't just drive willy-nilly over the crops, but it does have this issue that if you are well, A, the care wheels do no damage at all, which is just not what would happen, and B, when you do damage with normal tyres, it does the damage really quite wide. I think actually that might stem from the fact that the wheels on the tractors and vehicles and things at the moment don't actually have a width. So it turns it off because it doesn't know the width of a tyre. And which, knowing that FS19 has a change in it that actually gives the tyres width, I'm wondering if that actually is going to affect crop destruction. If crop destruction is now going to have a width to it, so that you know, all tyres do crop destruction. It just depends on how much crop they take out, and with the bending crop, that might actually work really well. So I will have to ask about that. I'll have to see, you know, how that works, because that would be fantastic. That would be really good. It's one of the things I love about FS19 is everything I've seen so far says that the whole realism side of things is being tuned up a notch. If you want to play realistically, if you want to go that way, then all of that is going to be more available to you. Right, and there we go. Perfect. It is working well. And what I was saying about the bit earlier about the spray armor add-on, you can see now where it would be really useful on this field. We're coming to the end here, and you can see the other side of the sprayer there. We have quite a big patch that needs spraying, but that is much smaller than the sprayer. So what it do is when we turn around, there'll be a massive overlap either side, which is something that you wouldn't want to do in real life. You would have that, you know, there's a big waste of fertilizer there because you're spraying areas you've already sprayed. You you know, and you're either overdosing the crop or just having no effect. So yeah, having the spray out on and having it then just only spray from these middle nozzles here would be fantastic. But yeah, that has come along very nicely. I'm happy with this. We've got this field, so we've got this field up to the same same amount of done as the other as our wheat field. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn this off at this point. We'll fold it in. Right, and I think we'll go and get a weeder. I think what we'll do next time is we'll get the weeder out on the wheat. So we'll head back to the farm with this, and we'll go and get our 7R, and we will head over to the shop, and that'll take us a couple of minutes. Just we'll pop over, grab a weeder, and drive back, I think, because we're in a good place. And a weeder actually is also useful for our grass. Grass, when it's first stage, you can also use a weeder. And the thing that you get when you use it on the grass is that it also clears off any excess hay or grass that you might have left from might have been missed in a previous job. Right, so I'm going to park this in the barn. I don't know what the re-invisibility is like on this. Not great. Not bad, but not great. There we go, and into the shed. Do we have a space? Yeah, we have a space at the back there for this. So put that there. Perfect. One thing I do want to, I've said a couple of times now, I want to do on here is I want to do some grass seed. So maybe we'll do that over this summer. Because we have a ton of hay bales now, so we're good with hay bales. We might be able to use our gleaner here and see if we can get some grass seed up. But what we're going to use today, I'm going to run over here and jump in our 7R. Close the door. I've still got the. That is one of the things that annoys me. If you have the HUD hidden, you cannot click the IC. I understand why, but I kind of wish the IC wouldn't activate if the HUD was hidden. I'd missed that I'd been driving around with the HUD off, which is interesting. Right. The shop is quite a way round. The most effective way I've found is going this way, but you do have to go fairly well south on the field to start, on the map to start with. But I cannot see. You could the other way to do it is up past field 30 and round the top of the map. But yeah, the most effective way I've found to get to the shop is down this way, past the lone oak, and up past our sheep. One thing that would have been possible would have been to actually go and get the sheep and sort them, or go and get the tractor that's with the sheep and do that. But yeah, I'm not going to go that way. It's a fair drive. We should be all right. It'll only take us a couple of minutes, and we will then finish having bought our weeder. I'll drive the weeder back, probably off camera. But I thought it'd be nice to have a quick drive around the map. We don't often do that. It's one of those things that you kind of tends to get edited out from time to time. But it is a beautiful looking map. A really beautiful looking map. It feels properly American. I know it's based on a DEM location in the States, but it does feel like a fantastic rendition of an American area. The only thing I kind of wish that it did have, which I know isn't appropriate to the area, I don't think you can plant sugarcane on this map. It's not a crop that this area would grow. But yeah, I kind of wish, I kind of want to do a little bit of sugarcane at the moment. It's a crop that has been widely underused, and I think it'd be pretty cool. So I might try and see if I can do that on a map. I don't quite know which map it would be, because it would be this one. It wouldn't be. Eddie wouldn't do it on Ballincraig. Sugarcane is definitely not a Northern Irish crop, and I don't think we wouldn't do it on Colton Park Farm either. So yeah, that kind of rules out. Whoa, turning? No. It kind of rules out everywhere really. Once I can, yeah, right. I can pass here. They actually go quite fast. The cars on here. As kudos to Bullet Bill, he's got the traffic on here actually working pretty well. It doesn't come round the corner and absolutely clobber you like it does on Colton Park Farm. And yeah, it just works really well. Right, here we are at the shop. As always, I like to drive to the shop and buy the thing that I want, rather than just press the shop. Right, and we want to weed out. There they are. Oh wow, we have a Vatastad weeder we could have. A modded weeder. There aren't many of these. This is from the Vatastad pack. It's 45,000 as opposed to 34, and it only has a meters less reach. Meters more reach. I am going to buy it because, yeah, I'm going to buy it because I want to try something different. We should easily be able to pull it with this 7R. If not, I'll grab the 8R for it. Right, so there she is. We will hook this up and we will start heading back, but I'm going to end the episode at that point. So let's hook her up. There we go. Nice to have a different kind of weeder. And it does have that. I don't know if that has a slightly more American feel to it or not. And back we go. Oh, I'm right hand driving on the wrong side of the road. Okay, I am going to take this back to the farm. Really, all that remains is for me to say thank you for watching. I hope you have enjoyed this episode. Please give it a like, drop us a comment, and give it a share. And for all the latest videos and live streams from FendtFarmer, please subscribe to the channel. And I will see you next time. Goodbye.